Good, 1600s. That's what we like to see. Dondozo's not what we like to see. It's almost a 2-2-2. Sinister's an interesting pick on Dondozo. Alright, so... Gouging Fire and... They do add the Glamora, so I am inclined to lead with Great Tusk. And I will. And then Ogerpon Chien-Pao. Do I need the Spectria? I don't think so. To be fair, Sinister does well against the Great Tusk and the Ogerpon. I do have Chien-Pao and Gouging Fire for it, at least. If that comes. It's definitely not Primarina. No, I don't think I need Spectria. If it's booster speed, energy, Flutter Mane, then not ideal, but anything else, very ideal. Apart from Choice Scarf GU. I've already faced one of those, even though it's incredibly uncommon. It's a cool trainer card. Okay, it's not Chi-Yu, so actually this is not the worst, even if it is going to be Speed Booster. It is going to be Speed Booster. Like so. I prefer not to have to commit to my Terra with the Great Tusk just to be able to survive. But as far as I can see, that is the correct thing to do, right? And I would sacrifice my electricness on the Chien-Pao to cover for defensive Terras and, well, not defensive Terras, I should say. So let's Heat Crash. Do I Earthquake myself? It could be Icy Wind. No, I'll just Headlong Rush, it's fine. Because if they're speed boosting, they can't KO my Great Tusk in one if I Terastallize. It is a bit annoying having to commit to the Terra already. And if they Icy Wind, then the Terra was pointless. So I am hoping to see Moonblast over Icy Wind. Just so I don't look like a fool. Which I usually do. Somewhat of a fool. Yeah, there's the Icy Winds. Wasted Terra. However, of course, Gouging Fire, you're going to be nice and strong against this definitely frail Flutter Mane, right? It's not a frail Flutter Mane. So, now... I would assume this is going to be the Meteor Beam into the Gouging Fire this turn, because they'll be able to Icy Wind again. Now that I've been Headlong Rushed... Oh, no, I haven't Headlong Rushed. Icy Wind won't KO. But I'll still switch into the Chien-Pao. Because then I'll be able to Sucker Punch the Flutter Mane. And the Great Tusk still can outspeed the Dondozo and get a reasonable chunk with Headlong Rush. That was not the most ideal start. The most optimal thing to do there would have been to switch to Chien-Pao and Heat Crash the Flutter Mane. But obviously hindsight and all that. Ooh, it's a Terra. Interesting. Wow. That was not what I expected. And I might lose my Chien-Pao to a Moonblast now. Yeah, it's a Moonblast. Interesting decision to Terra there, but obviously AV is clutch, and why would you not be AV Chien-Pao? And we've used up the Meteor Beam, so not the worst. So I think here, it's definitely Sucker Punch, and I'm pretty sure it's Howl. Right? That's the best thing that I can see at this point. They should do something to avoid the Sucker Punch like so, but I still get a Howl, which is pretty sweet. But I still don't like how things are looking here. They should go after the Chien-Pao. They didn't, so that's good. Because now we've got a +1 Chien-Pao. Pretty good. Right, so do I have enough faith in Ogerpon to KO Glamora? Do I have time to calc? Because I've got the Chien-Pao helping me. Let's see. Ooh, it might get it if it's got no bulk, but I don't trust it having no bulk, so I will go into Great Tusk here. Now, the most obvious play is switch out and Spiky Shield, right? So I'm going to Headlong Rush and Sucker Punch the Fluttermane, because then if it stays in, then I still get my double KO. If they switch out and Spiky Shield, then I still catch something with a Headlong Rush. This goes wrong if they attempt another Protect with Fluttermane, but this is alright. And it covered for them going for like Taunt or something. Perish Song. Wow. I guess that's for the Tatsugiri stuff, isn't it? So assuming this is Dondozo. No, because I was going to say like my Ogerpon could solo. However, that needs the Sword of Ruin to be able to get a Glamora that has no bulk. So, doesn't work the most. And if they switch into Dondozo here, we have the mind game of do they switch into Tatsugiri or not. But it's Chi-Yu. So long as they're not Choice Scarfed... And obviously it's going to be worst case scenario, they're going to be Choice Scarfed. Like if there's Choice Scarf, there's nothing I can do. So I need to play as if they are not Choice Scarf. So I'll Headlong Rush here, and I'll Sacred Sword here. And if they're Choice Scarf, again, that's unlucky. Just for me, because that's a very uncommon set. But like I said, nothing I can do if they are. They are not. Now Focus Sash also wins them the game. I'm pretty sure. So just don't be Focus Sash either. This is where they're Choice Scarf, but they're randomly slower than my Great Tusk. Just don't be Sash. Sash is pretty common on Dondozo. Don't do it. No! Oh, nice. That's good. So all these worst case scenarios didn't come into play. Pretty sweet. So what's the last? What was the last one? Not Dondozo, Tatsugiri. Can't even remember. Guess we're about to find out in a few seconds. Oh, it was Sinistcha, wasn't it? Alright, so I need to preserve my Chien-Pao then. They've already used their Terror. And Sinistchas don't carry Protect, right? So for now, I'll just Headlong Rush and Ice Spinner. And then next turn, if they do have Protect, I will switch out my Chien-Pao in case they get a double Protect. But they don't, so that should be a win. That was still a good chunk. And random Yachi Berry, let's go! Random focus band. No. Cool. That definitely looked scary at the start. Using my Terra early for no reason wasn't ideal. Because the Terra didn't actually come into play in that game at all. But no Focus Sash, no Choice Scarf Chi-Yu, thank you kindly. Even though I actually never used those two items. I think there's better items, but they would have been clutch in this case. I'm glad that they weren't used. Like, Choice Specs is the most common with Booster Energy, speed boosting Flutter Mane, because then you Icy Wind and then just do huge damage. But back in the 1600s, so nice. And people are playing, so, you know, getting people really quick. Another 1600s guy, that's good. Wow, that's a cool team. What do I do against that? Great Tusk is my best way of breaking through the Porygon. I guess Ogerpon does it pretty well as well. We'll lead with Ogerpon. I think I'm leading with Great Tusk as well, just to cover for that, for their Ogerpon. Could do with the Gouging Fire to cover for that somewhat as well. But then that's only a breaking swipe, and that doesn't really help. It's definitely bringing Chien-Pao. There's our Chalodon, I have to bring Chien-Pao. And my own Primarina is alright. My own Gouging Fire is alright. It's terrible against the Primarina, though. I think I want my own Primarina here. Do need to be careful of their Ogerpon, now that I didn't bring Gouging Fire, because that's easily my best answer to it. I like that trainer card. Alright. This is alright. Yeah, it was always going to be. I don't know why I checked. I'm a Great Tusk. I don't know why I checked. Right, so I can taunt and just headlong rush the Dragapult, right? I think that should be alright. Terra Grounds would have been close. It's Citrus Berry, yeah. No, because it's not max speed, because it didn't outspeed my Great Tusk. Is it just like screens or something? Will-O-Wisp is alright. I'll take that to get the taunt on the Porygon. This is where they just Ice Beam immediately and KO my Great Tusk. So that's not bad as a start. Dragapult is in Headlong Rush range. So I'm going to switch into Chien-Pao and still Headlong Rush, and I'm assuming that I'm going to lose my Great Tusk here to an Ice Beam. So I'll be a -2 special defense. There's surely no chance. But this just guarantees that there's no like silly rolls in the Dragapult. Sorry. But this and Protect. That's not ideal. Because now another one of my Pokemon is getting burned. Yeah, could have switched the Primarina in that slot, but I was expecting not a Protect on a support Dragapult. I didn't think there would be space. But this is the GC, so who knows. And I can't let my Chien-Pao get burned. So I'm switching back to Ogerpon. But at least I get a Calm Mind here. trying to think of the rest of the team. It's only really the Amoongus that would be a concern for my Primarina at this point. I guess, no, they still got an Ogerpon, haven't they? Yeah, so I've already lost quite a lot of resources. That Protect on the Dragapult wasn't good. Could have attacked with the Chien-Pao. No, really could have attacked with the Chien-Pao. That was not a safe switch. But at least I can taunt the Amoongus. And they committed their terror to the Porygon. What have we got? Electric? Electric is worst case. It's just poison. Still annoying. Because that's still a super effective hit. And they were faster. That's not good. This Porygon just beats me now. I can't beat the Porygon. Like, I literally cannot break through this. No, I've got Terra Steel. I can still do something. Primarina can still solo, because I've got Terra Steel. So I'll taunt the Amoongus. Terra can't mind. It's got to be the Primarina that solos at this point. Shame I didn't do it that last turn, because I had to do it this turn. But yeah, I probably should have done it last turn, because what else was I going to Terra? This is where it's random mental Herbamungus. Nope, that's cool. And there's the Terra Blast, so that's good. We are still in this game. As expected. But now I can taunt the Porygon 2 as well. Do I get a third Calm Mind? Or do I just start Hyper Voicing? I think I Hyper Voice here because then that would allow Amoongus to be in range of Ice Spinner. So I'll once again taunt the Porygon 2. And I will Hyper Voice here. Yeah, imagine if I had Terra Steel one turn earlier. This won't do much. Yep, that is not much. And that's a lot to Porygon 2. What? Oh, I was going to say, like, come on. What was that? Porygon 2 super bulky. That's good. My Ogerpon does go down here. That is what I wanted. Can't Primarina's got this. As long as they don't have Ogerpon in the back, Primarina's got this. The Amoongus should be in range now, and I'm Hyper Voicing again this turn, so it really should be. And that will turn the Hyper Voice single target if I do get the KO. So yeah, this is all right, so long as there is not an Ogerpon in the back. If it's their own Primarina, I think I'm all right because I've got my Calm Minds up already. And what was the other thing? Can't remember the other thing. This is fine if it's Dragapult, and it's fine if it's the other thing. It's their own Primarina, so my Primarina can definitely solo this. Like, this won't two-shot Chien-Pao, right? Yeah, AB's busted. This is looking very reasonable. Yeah, they're lefties as well. But their lefties went first, which is not the most ideal thing. But I will Ice Spinner the Porygon 2. And I will Moonblast, and that should be a KO on Primarina here, but if they Calm Minds, they didn't attack, and Chien-Pao survives. This would have absolutely been game over if I Terra Steel the previous turn, but can't do that now. Hyper Voice is not going to KO in the slightest. This is a KO. Nice. And now, just can the Dragapult take care of the Primarina? So tempted to Moonblast my own Chien-Pao to get rid of the Sword of Ruin so that a Phantom Force won't KO my... Am I thinking way too ahead of this? like, what can Dragapult do to KO me? Could it at all? Does it have anything? So if they Rage Powder, then it should be fine as long as I live, whatever it is. Come on, don't bust out some random thing that beats Primarina. I don't think you can. Yeah, just Break and Swipe. That doesn't do it, because that's a Moonblast KO into the Dragapult, and Primarina 1v1s the Amoonguss. Even if I go to sleep. No, not Citrus Berry, because the Dragapult was. So how did I pull that comeback? That looks incredibly dire. Like, I did have the thought of, I'll save some time and I'll forfeit. But then as soon as I realised the Terra Steel would wall the Porygon, suddenly, Primarina wins. It's very good they didn't have Ogerpon. If they had Ogerpon, I'm pretty sure they still won. But they did not. They had their own Primarina. So we take those. Nice. The true streak has begun. I say every time. But that is definitely something I will take. Primarina is really good. I do like Primarina. And that is a cool trainer card. Now I'm comfortably in the 1600s as well. Very nice. Yeah, look at that, top 1000. Just need any kind of CP here just to help. And another 1600s. Very good. Interesting. That's definitely a speedy Ursaluna then. And the Fluttermane might have Trick Room. Primarina is really good. I think I'll leave with Spectra Primarina here. This seems pretty decent. It's definitely Chien-Pao, and then... Great Tusk. Hold on. Let me just calculate what the actual speeds are real quick. Because it's 104 is... Oh, Great Tusk would speed tie with a max speed mod Ursaluna. That's not ideal. Well, guess I should probably go with it anyway and win the speed tie. But that's annoying. Didn't realise it was speed tie. Just needed one more speed. Or should go Jolly, but Adamant seems good enough. And damage is good. Cool trainer card. Flutter straight away is fine. So, switch to Chien-Pao Calm Mind. Because assumedly this is a Shadow Ball into the Spectria. If it's a fairy move, fair enough. That was not supposed to be a pun. But, yeah. Like, I would be very surprised if this isn't a Shadow Ball into Spectria, given that I could just, you know, Snarl or Shadow Ball. It's a fairy move. It still could be a Shadow Ball, but it won't be now. And they disrespected the Snarl completely. Yeah, it's Dazzling Gleam. No respect to Snarl at all. It's definitely Specs. So that's not a good start. I am quite surprised that was the play they chose. That was very disrespectful to Spectria. But now I'm in an awful position. I need to break through the Flutter Mane somehow, but I've lost way too many resources to do it. That was not a good start. Very disrespectful to Spectria. Bleakwind Storm can next, there's nothing I can do. So I need to just like play as if Bleakwind Storm is not connecting with Primarina. That also doesn't help because I think that still manages to KO my Primarina now. Assumingly this is a special attack boost. Yeah. Yep. Well, that was a clean sweep for them. Not having any fairy resist sometimes comes back to bite you. But yeah, that was odd, in my opinion, that they did not Shadow Ball. Because Snarl and Calm Mind would have been incredibly strong for me. And last game, there was a chance back into the game and I found it. There's no chance in this game, so I will just forfeit. But yeah, that was surprising. I mean, clean sweep. They got me. But that was still really odd.